Time for celebration. It's nearly a year of Weekly Radish. Yeah, it's week 49, can you believe it, of the Weekly Radish. And what I want to do for week 52 is share your favourites. So I want to encourage you now to have a look through the previous Weekly Radishes or to recall your favourites and let me know. Let me know which ones have particularly meant something to you, that you found useful, the tactics or the tips, or shifting your mindset. Let me know yours, and in week 52 I'll share with you the top 3 Weekly Radish that you have voted as a way to cap off the year. So vote for them however you want. Send me an email, dave@stressedguru.com, Twitter @stressedguru, on my Facebook page, The Stressed Guru, or better still, do me a little video telling me which is your favourite video and why, and we might even feature you in the last week. But for this week, I want to share with you my top 3, because over the year I've shared a range of different topics, tools, strategies, thoughts, reflections, and I've had my favourites too. So here's my top 3. At number 3, learning to say no. The inability to say no, or difficulty with saying no, can, for some of us, cause a lot of stress and strain. We can often feel like we're being taken advantage of. We can often take on too much. We can often find ourselves overwhelmed because we've said yes to so many things. Now, saying yes in terms of an attitude in life is a positive thing, but for that to be positive, we need to learn when to say no and how to say no. So 3 things to think about in terms of getting better at saying no and changing that default setting from yes to no. Now, why is this one important to me? It's because it's something that I did struggle with. I struggled with actually being able to say no for lots of reasons. Guilt, feeling like people would think badly of me, and not really having the right language around saying no. And in that video I shared some practical thoughts on how to say no in a more comfortable way. In at number 2, 3 tips to more positively manage emotional overwhelm. Step away. Step away from the keyboard. Step away from the person, the interactions and the situation. If you can physically move away, then move away. Create some space from that situation to allow your more rational mind to kick in. If you can't physically step away, then step away in your mind using a breathing technique. And that's actually number 2. Now, this one is particularly important. For me and for many people that I work with, coping isn't just about practical tools on coping with the priorities and the demands that I have, but it's coping with the emotions that we experience. And that can be an incredibly challenging thing to do because they're powerful. That's why I found researching this particular area so useful for me, and I wanted to share those tips with you. And in at number 1, developing a growth mindset. Challenge your perception of failure and mistakes. One of the things that comes through loud and clear in research over fixed mindsets is that the making of a mistake, or the fear of making a mistake, or failure, or embarrassing ourselves, humiliating ourselves, showing ourselves up, showing ourselves to be less than perfect or weak or whatever, those kinds of mindsets can hold us back. So shift your perspective from failure to learning. So why is this number 1? This is because working towards a growth mindset is the foundation to everything I've talked about in the Weekly Radish over the year, and all of the tips and the tools and techniques that I talk about. Being fixed mindset over growth mindset means we become rigid and stuck in our behaviours, our thinking patterns and our coping strategies. Recognising that the science and the evidence points towards our brains being capable of growth and change is so encouraging in helping us not only believe we can shift and change those negative mindsets and thinking patterns, but it provides us with some practical tools on doing so. So the foundation to everything is to start with developing and challenging yourself so that you move from a fixed mindset in whatever area it is, whether it's your belief about yourself, belief about others, belief about the world or the way things should be, to developing a growth mindset. Understanding you can shift, you can grow, you can get better with perseverance, learning and hard work. So there's my top 3. I hope you've enjoyed those, and I look forward to seeing your votes. However you want to share them, I'll compile them and I'll share them with you in week 52. Learn the 6 steps to putting stress in its place by visiting timeouttoolkit.com and claiming your free ebook, Emergency Stress CPR.